Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek. You're watching Kevin the Geek, and welcome back to My Hero. We last did an episode of this about 3-4 months ago. I think it was about April time, if I remember rightly. This is of course the superhero comedy show, which I have done all of series 1. And then I did the one and only Christmas special last Christmas, because the first series was the only one that I seemingly can't get onto YouTube. However, all the other ones can now be got onto YouTube, I believe. Possibly with the exception of the very last series. We will obviously see when the time comes with that one. But for right now, we're checking out Series 2, Episode 2. Please subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to drop your comments down below as well. But let's check out this one called Girlfriend. Oh!
George.
Oh, sorry, Janet. Can't control my super strength while I'm sleepy.
Oh my word, that's a lot of alarm clocks.
Maybe we should switch sides.
We can't. That's your side. It's traditional. Like the alarm going off at 7:49 and at 7:52, me making you a cup of tea, boiled by my thermobreath to exactly 100 degrees.
Yes, and at 7:53, the roof of my mouth melting. George, do you think we're getting too routine and predictable?
No, not at all. And I wish you wouldn't keep saying that every 5th Tuesday.
We're in a rut. We're boring.
No, we're not. What about last Monday when I gave you that iridium necklace? Remember, with our name spelled out in Ultron script? Totally unpredictable.
Yes, except that you left the flat that morning saying, "Goodbye, Janet, today I'm going to get you a surprise necklace." It's a lovely present, really. Sometimes we're like an old married couple. My God, George, I've become my mother.
Really? Then where are you hiding the rest of your bottom?
Oh!
George, I don't want to be boring and predictable. I want excitement. I want the unexpected.
Whoa!
Okay, I've changed my mind.
No way.
What the hell is going on? Who is this?
She's from Ultron. Her name is Ziliana Donna Mashamalaya Figo Nana Mnunu. Still to her friends.
And are you one of her friends?
Sort of. She's my fiancée.
Oh! Oh! Well, that was unexpected. Da, da, da.
Your fiancé?
I know. It's a bit of a bombshell.
No, George, it's a whole bombshell. It's a great big 10-megaton bombshell. Did it just slip your mind you were engaged?
All Ultrons are. Sort of. When we're 6, we all have to go through the grand ceremony of betrothal and are engaged to somebody of the opposite sex. It's traditional, like the alarm going off at 7:49, at 7:52.
George.
It's really just a ceremonial thing. I mean, 72% of all those engaged never even see each other again.
And the other 28% is eating my tea bags. What does she do for an encore? Strain it through her knickers?
Janet, there's no need to be so rude.
No need to be rude. An intergalactic gold digger has just beamed in to nick my boyfriend. What should I do? Swap makeup tips?
Actually, I feel a bit sorry for her. I mean, it's not hard to see why she's come. Poor girl.
Poor girl?
Yeah, you only have to look at her. Honestly, how is a girl who looks like that ever going to find a husband?
George, here on Earth, a girl who looks like that could get anyone's husband.
Yeah.
Really? Even with those long, shapely legs?
Yes.
And those boring, perfectly spherical breasts?
Yes.
What a ridiculous planet this is. I don't need legs and breasts, Janet. I've got you.
Oh!
Thanks very much.
To Ultronians, it's the purity of the mind and the goodness of the heart that dictates beauty. And that's why I love you, Janet.
Oh, George.
Plus, you've a really lovely arse. Sorry, Earth standards rubbing off a bit there.
All right, Mrs. Bennett, keep putting the cream on it, but if it gets any worse, be a love and change doctors. Okay.
My
Where do you think you're swanning off to?
Just popping out for a venti non-fat decaf latte hold the firm. I have no idea what it is, but apparently it's George Clooney's favourite.
Well, as soon as
So
you've got
you're
a minute.
having it?
As you know, my present contract expires Friday. I assume that you're satisfied with my level of performance this year.
Not really. Some of the germ-ridden scum are still getting through to my office. Yes, I can assure you that I'm more than happy with the way you've been doing whatever it is that you do.
So can I assume you want me to continue for another year?
You can indeed, yes.
It'll cost you.
I beg your pardon?
I want a better deal or I'm off. Mrs. Crowe over at the Uxbridge Clinic gets perks.
Mrs. Crowe is having an affair with Dr. Benson.
Yeah, so perks.
I'm sorry, Dr. Crispin, but I'm not becoming another notch on your bedpost just to get a longer lunch hour. I knew I shouldn't have worn this provocative cardi today.
It is very provocative.
No, Mrs. Revan, I am not asking for sexual favours.
You're not even asking if I want a frothy coffee. And that's the trouble. Unless you show me I'm appreciated, I'll take my services elsewhere.
Really?
Yeah. I want a cost of living increase. I want a new title, Senior Executive Patient Liaison Officer. And I want a company moped.
Moped?
Company moped, yes. I suppose you could park it on the helipad. The one I'll have to install for the flying pigs. We all want things we can't have. I want my own game show on the BBC. You want a living wage. It's pie in the sky.
I mean it, Doctor. Either you meet my demands or on Friday I'll walk.
No, Mrs. Raven, I can't have that.
You can't?
No. You shall have a minicab. It's the least I can do, seeing as it'll be your last day.
Whoa. That's going to backfire on him.
Last year, when you asked Dr. Crispin for a raise, did he sack you at all?
No, he just... Oh, my God, he sacked you? What are you going to do?
I can't give in.
I mean,
No retreat, no surrender.
technically he didn't sack her. He just is going to let her contract expire.
Sack you at all?
No, he just... Oh, my God, he sacked you? What are you going to do?
I can't give in. No retreat, no surrender, to quote my wedding vows. But then again, maybe I have been in this job too long. I had this feeling before I gave up being a prison warder.
Hi, Janet.
I can see her in that job.
Mrs. Raven, it's incredible. You look even more miserable than usual.
George, Mrs. Raven isn't herself today.
That must be quite a relief. For both of you.
Should we go into my office?
Mr. Stubbins, what are you doing here? I had you down as dead.
Did you speak to Zill? And she agreed to go home?
No.
George, you said it was a simple misunderstanding.
And so it is. I simply misunderstood how determined she is to marry me. Look, do you know what that is?
An Ultron Pools coupon?
Our certificate of engagement. She's kept it safe since we were 6. And according to it, I have to marry her.
But you don't want to marry her, do you?
No. If only there was some way to put her off the whole idea of marriage.
We could introduce her to my parents.
Nah. I don't think that would be a good idea. I mean, Zill is rude, bossy and stubborn. Your mother just give her someone to look up to.
Right. What are we going to do?
Got to find some sort of loophole in the marriage contract. I'll go see Arnie. I remember at school he had a brilliant legal mind. Although, I think he might have swapped it for a mouth organ.
Come on, Thermoman! You've got to be there! Oh. Hi, I'm Tyler, intergalactic adventurer. Recently escaped from a planet of sex-starved humanoids who abducted me for their breeding program. All right, I've locked myself out and bursting for a week. Can I come in and use the... Well, it's Tuesday, so he's probably gone to pick up his laundry. Yeah, of course I do. I'm fluent in Australian. Plus, I've got a tiny bit of schoolboy Marston. You know, just odd, useful phrases like which way to the death machine, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd love to help you learn English. I speak great English, mate.
Ta very much.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Do you know where we can find one of those 24-hour chapels? We want to get married.
Good for you. And the best part is, You can do it right here. Now, do you want the standard service or the deluxe?
What's the difference?
With the deluxe, you're the only one who gets to kiss the bride.
We'll take that one.
Good choice. Okay. Do you, plump guy, take this woman, scrawny broad, to be your lawful wedded wife?
Yep.
And vice versa? I now pronounce you man and wife. You may pay me $100 and you may kiss the bride.
Wow, is that
Hi, George. This is me. How goes it in the world of superheroing?
Not great, Arnie. Can you remember back to something very significant we both did when we were 6?
All kids do that kind of stuff. It doesn't make you any less of a man.
No. The grand ceremony of betrothal.
Oh, yeah. That summer us kids had regalia and flu when we were betrothed by proxy. I wonder whatever happened to mine.
Well, I know what happened to mine. She's in Janet's bedroom drawing up a wedding list.
Given any thought to your best man?
I don't want to get married, Arnie.
Gee, George, it's not like you got a choice. The betrothal is the most solemn ritual in Ultron law.
I know it is. Makes the great pig juggling ceremony look like something silly.
George, the great pig juggling ceremony is kind of silly.
Not for the pigs. Arnie, what happens if I refuse to marry?
You will be vaporized and scattered to the solar winds.
Oh, so if I don't marry Zill, I still won't be able to stay with Janet.
Not as such, though a few atoms of you may wind up in Janet's Hoover bag.
That's not very comforting.
Listen, maybe you ought to marry this Zill dame. Like, Janet's great, but kids of alien parents always have a tough time.
True. Although Janet Street Porter's done quite well for herself. No, I'm not marrying Zill. There must be some way out of this.
There is. Make Zill change her mind. Listen, all my ex-wives said before the wedding I was a different kind of guy. You know, polite, courteous, occasionally changed my underwear. But afterwards...
They realized you were you.
The one and only. A total slob.
That's brilliant, Arnie. So I just have to be like you, and I'll be repugnant to every living creature with a womb.
Right.
Janet, can I have a little word?
Yeah. How about go?
This morning on Breakfast TV, I saw an item about affordable plastic surgery. It's not for me, it's for a friend.
Oh, of course.
Anyway, I
Friend.
called you to see if you knew anything about it.
No, but I can always...
But you'd already gone. And a woman answered.
Oh.
A woman claiming to be George's fiancée.
She said... You mean she's speaking English now?
What language should she speak?
French.
Gaelic, obviously. Normally she just sort of screeches in Gaelic.
My God. George is two-timing her with Sinead O'Connor.
No, he's not two-timing me. It's an arranged marriage. They're very common where George comes from.
Oh, Ireland.
In Ireland.
So George is getting married to a woman who isn't you? I never thought I'd see it in my lifetime.
What?
Proof that God exists.
Don't worry, Janet. George will never leave you. I've never seen a male more devoted to a female. Not outside the insect world.
That's true. I sometimes think nothing on this earth could come between you and George. Is this? Oh, well, you'll find someone else.
Any more fish in the sea?
Professional fish with Mercedes.
Look, George isn't going to marry her because he doesn't fancy her.
Janet, I'm straight and I think I fancy her.
George isn't impressed by that sort of stuff. He's sensitive, discerning. George understands women.
Oh! Whoa!
Most of the time.
George, why are you dressed like that?
Because this is the real me, Janet. Yep, I'm just a big fat slob.
And you are marrying this?
Yeah, well, we were thinking about it, weren't we, Georgie?
Nope, we're as good as hitched. Just don't expect me to be faithful, that's all. Women are attracted to me like flies to a dung heap.
Romantic.
Who wants to hear me play Stairway to Heaven on my armpits? How about Bohemian Rhapsody out of me?
George! What are you doing?
I just want Zill to know what she's getting. 100% pure bloke.
All of a sudden, I missed my ex-husband.
Janet, actually, I've been thinking, and you saw him first, and you make such a lovely couple. George, stop that! I know you've been under a lot of stress, but this is really embarrassing.
Sorry, Janet. I mean, no, I'm not. Why would I be sorry? I'm just a big slob.
Oh, you're a slob?
Yeah. Show me a toilet and I'll miss the bowl and I'll leave the seat up. I'm just a big slob. I don't care about anybody else. Oh, hello, Mrs. Amberdale. Let me get that for you.
A slob?
Yeah, total complete.
Oh!
Excuse me.
The wedding goes ahead as planned, all right?
Damn it! I need to work out where I know her from, because that voice is so familiar. It's really familiar.
Here's your post.
You seem to have opened it.
Yeah, for two reasons. One, to facilitate your efficient perusal of the mail, and two, because I thought there might be something in there I could blackmail you with.
Damn it!
And what's that?
Just your renewal form for the Sheena Easton fan club.
Oh!
Not good enough, Mrs. Raven. File these for me, will you?
Oh, more sick people.
New patients. Wealthy private patients, including our beloved mayor, who's a raving hypochondriac. It's like inheriting a gold mine.
Making a coffee, doing a filing. You're going to miss me when I've gone.
Oh, I think I shall survive without you, Mrs. Raven. Italy survived without Mussolini.
Oh.
Come on, George. I know Arnie's plan didn't work and Zill's expecting you to marry her tomorrow, but you can't just roll over like this.
I'm not. But there's only one chance left to stop Zill marrying me. I've got to go and appeal to the Ultron High Council.
I could come with you. I could help you plead your case.
Yes, and the possibility of the ultra-speed journey liquefying your internal organs is actually very small.
Maybe
Or I
not,
could
then.
stay here and do the ironing.
Yeah.
Zill, thought I'd come over and just say hi on behalf of the people of Earth.
Tyler, you fascinate me.
I do.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's a total anomaly that a brain with, like, your pathetic amount of neurons should be able to walk and talk at, like, the same time.
That's rude.
I practice.
Bored now. Go away.
Zill, give him a chance. How much do you know about Earth's cultures and tastes?
Nothing.
Excellent. In a recent survey, Tyler was voted Earth's most eligible bachelor. He has many interesting qualities.
I see dead people.
And that isn't one of them.
So, Zill, want to come over to my place and look at me crop circle slides?
Oh, sorry, Tyler, I'm busy.
Doing what?
Finding you physically and intellectually disgusting.
Oh, poor Tyler.
Zill, we need a talk. A frank talk. Woman to alien hell cow.
So long as it doesn't get personal.
Listen, I love George, and our love isn't based on some ancient decree handed us when we were 6.
I see, so what you're saying is you've got no paperwork to support your claim to George.
Yes. No, I mean...
Then read it and weep, kiddo. Georgie's mine, and here's the deed of ownership.
But George loves me.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
You can?
Yeah. I used to have a pet myself.
Good, then.
Ooh.
A pet?
Well, that's all a backward race like you could ever be to an Ultron. You know, you're like puppies with mobile phones.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, you're just a funny little alien.
Wait a minute, I'm the alien.
Well, yeah, you're not a George. Whereas I am his equal. Which is why George will be mine.
Oh.
Really? Well, here's a newsflash, sister. You're wrong. George loves me as his partner, and he certainly does not see me as some kind of pet.
Hello, Janet. I'm back. Could you fetch my slippers? There's a good girl. What?
I am not your puppy, you know.
I know that. I just had to get you in here without Zill suspecting anything.
Oh.
Has she gone
Did you speak to
superhero?
the Ultron Council?
Yeah, they managed to squeeze me in between a planning permission for a new moon and an application to build a black hole on some greenbelt antimatter.
George, I don't care about greenbelt antimatter.
Well, you would if you had an allotment on it.
What did the council say about us?
That there's nothing they can do. So, if Zill wants to go ahead, they have no choice but to support her.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those eternal laws that can never be changed. You know, like gravity or the first law of thermodynamics or the one about men in hats always driving at 10 miles an hour.
George, don't let her take you away.
Janet, don't worry. Zill is not going to take me away.
Right then. Come back, George.
Zill, tell Janet that you haven't come in here to take me away.
No, of course I haven't. Come in here to make love to you.
You see,
Whoa.
she's only come in here to make love to me. Must be time for Xana Lar.
Xana who?
It's the pre-wedding mating ritual. It always happens the night before the ceremony.
But on Earth, you're not even supposed to see the other person the night before the ceremony.
Oh, that's so quaint. George, strip.
Whoa.
So, you're going to make love to her?
Janet, I'd never make love to her. I'll just be having sex.
Having sex with her. Here. Now.
No, not right now. There's going to be a bit of foreplay, so if you want to watch, there's still time to go and get a snack.
No.
No.
No. George, how can I put this calmly and diplomatically? You are never to have sex with that she-demon ever!
Whoa!
Understand?
Oh, yes. Text and subtext working very much in unison.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zin. No hard feelings.
No. Well, don't worry. Still early. So, no George today, then?
No, he's been busy.
I bet he has.
Mrs. Raven.
I think it's great how you trust him enough to be alone in that little flat with that woman who'd stoop to anything.
Nothing to worry about. George promised he wouldn't have sex with her.
Oh, I didn't realise he'd promised. Well, then, it's admirable that you trust him. Oh, completely bloody stupid.
Can we change the subject, please?
Of course. Do you think euthanasia's ever justified in long-term geriatric treatment?
Who cares? George is in my flat with the bitch queen from Planet Slut.
This is Janet and me in the Peak District. Doesn't she look cute? And here's one of Janet dressed as Catwoman. Must have been taken at Halloween, or possibly my birthday.
George, do you actually understand humans?
Only when they're asleep.
Well, so how can you love something you don't even understand? Humans are pathetic.
No, not all of them. Listen, Zil. I've got to say something, and this isn't going to be easy for you to hear, but here goes. That smells delicious. It's not.
Mammatrill vol au vent. Made from the sun-dried entrails of the Ultron Mountain mammatrill. And a bit of parsley. You all right?
All right. It's unbelievable.
Doesn't your little friend ever make them for you?
No, Janet doesn't care for Ultron cuisine, on account of it being rich and highly spiced and fatal to humans.
So
That'll do it.
selfish.
Selfish? No, not Janet. Except with the duvet.
Posing her culture on you. Never given you a taste of, say, xylofruit?
Xylofruit? No way. Wow. But listen, Zil, we really need to talk.
What about Georgie?
Well, about our wedding. And about how there's nothing that you can do to tempt me away from...
You were saying, George?
Oh, more.
What are you doing?
Just the Ultron nose pinch, Georgie. The sign of true friendship between a male and a female. Haven't you ever tried it on?
Once, but she burst out laughing. Although I don't see what's funny about it, do you?
No.
Well, I
Do you
do.
want to sit down? So, what were we saying?
I was just saying how there's nothing that you can do to tempt me.
Oh, George, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd hate to come between you and,
What do you call her? Thingy. Janet.
This isn't what it looks like.
What does it
Looks
look
like
like?
mutual nose fondling.
Maybe it is what it looks like.
Get out.
Don't be stupid.
Out! Now! George, how could you? In our own living room.
No, it's okay, Janet. Nothing was happening. You're the only girl for me. I swear, I'm not going to marry Zil. I've decided.
That's great. But won't the Ultron Council be angry? And what will they do if you defy them?
They'll sort of vaporize me.
Oh,
But that won't happen, because we'll go away, somewhere they can't find us, somewhere we can live a normal life.
And they won't be able to track you down?
Never, unless I use my superpowers, which I won't.
A normal life? Wow. We could... But without your superpowers, you'd have to stop helping people, stop saving the world. Could you do that?
I could for you, Janet. For us.
Ooh.
No, I can't. I mean, a superhero is what you are. If I'm responsible for you not helping people, how am I going to feel every time I read about some disaster you could have prevented, lives you could have saved? I can't make you stop being you just because I don't want Zil to have you. I can't be that selfish.
Could if I was a duvet.
You know I'm right, George. You have to go on being a superhero. And if the only way you can do that is to marry Zil, then you have to marry Zil.
Yes! Whoa!
Hello, Village of the Damned. Oh, hello, Janet. Oh, right, OK. Hands up how many people have seen Nurse Dawkins today. Guess again.
So you're off. Well, bon voyage, bonne chance. Before you go, could you get Mrs. Bunting's file for me?
No, get it yourself.
B. It's not here.
Yes, it is.
Then why isn't it under B?
Because I don't file alphabetically.
How do you file?
No. I file people by how bloody irritating they are, cross-reference with how many times I've been rude to them on the phone.
Oh dear.
So, Mrs. Bunting is under S for smug cow, and then M for multiple unspecified insults.
Wow.
All the records filed like this?
Oh, yes. All correspondence accounts and medical records. All your private patients.
But there are hundreds of files here.
Thousands.
And the mayor's coming in this afternoon.
Oh, what a shame.
Where will I find his records? The mayor. Rodney Rawlings. Suffers from rheumatism.
Is that gin?
Well, it won't be filed under R, that's for sure.
Please, Mrs. Raven, where is it? Where is the mayor's file?
I'd love to help you, Doctor, but... Oh, look, my contract just expired.
Oh, this got him. Got him over a barrel.
Mrs. Raven.
Yes?
What colour moped?
Oh, sorry to bother you, but we all like tied the knot in 4 hours, all right?
Oh, no. I fell asleep. How long was I asleep?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. 20 minutes of our last morning. 20 minutes I could have spent with you.
You were with me, George. Part of you will always be with me.
Do you want my detachable big toe?
No. I mean, I won't forget you. I won't be able to. Oh, George.
Oh.
Right. I booked the transporter beam to take us to Ultron for 11:15. Hey, Janice, I'm sorry about nicking your boyfriend. Life's a bitch, isn't it?
Oh. Takes one to know one, Zil.
Oh. I mean, I know it's not going to happen. They're going to find some way of doing it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, George.
Bye, George.
Oh, George. George. George.
Zil! Zil, where are you going?
Returning to my world to marry this bloke and engage in long, passionate nights of cloning.
Oh, you never said goodbye. And once you're gone, I get the feeling we might never see each other again.
He's quick, I'll give him that.
You ready, George?
No, Arnie. This is the darkest, most depressing day of my existence. Life doesn't get any worse than this.
You want to hear my best man speech?
I stand corrected.
This is it, George.
Come on, love. The future's waiting.
Hold it! Hold it!
Janet, what are you doing here?
And did you bring a gift?
Oh, I brought a gift, all right.
Oh.
The betrothal scroll. Thanks, Janet, but...
Look at it. That's where the names of the betrothed go, right?
Oh, look, can we just get a move on? The beam's not going to wait around all day, you know.
And this is your name on my necklace?
It's not my name on the scroll.
All right, so fibbed. Sasumi.
Oh!
Idiot, didn't you think to check?
No, Ultrons don't lie, usually.
Oh!
And the names are really similar because...
That's my name.
Oh!
Hello, baby.
And me!
So that's what happens
Better
while
to have lusted and lost than never to have lusted at all. Drink.
Yeah. You come to my place. Got some bootleg Martin Advocaat in the fridge.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Janet, you never gave up hope, even when it looked like I was a lost cause.
George, you're my favourite lost cause. Besides, I had a good teacher. Someone who never gives up himself, who faces impossible odds every day and overcomes them.
Who? Your mother's aerobics instructor?
Oh! Clearly the transporter doesn't want those bins. Well, that was Series 2, Episode 2, Girlfriend. I like that. Right, I've only got 2 seconds. Does it show who the Zill is? No, it literally, there wasn't enough time for that. Let me have a quick glance, see if I can see who played Zill in that one.
A few moments later.
So, Zill was played by Amy Robbins. She's not really done a huge amount. She's done a lot of things with soaps. I mean, she's been in a number of episodes across various things like Emmerdale, Coronation Street, EastEnders, Hollyoaks, Casualty, as various different characters apparently in that one, so they clearly like to use the same actors again and again and again. But yeah, not anything really big. There was a TV series called World's End. She was in 26 episodes of that. Apparently a show called The Royal. She's in 87 episodes of that. So that's probably the biggest thing that she did with, you know, in her career. But still does stuff. Apparently has done 13 episodes of Coronation Street over the last sort of year or so. Well, yeah, it's not something I really recognise. Maybe it was just the Liverpudlian voice. Maybe that's what it was. But that was My Hero. I always love coming back to My Hero. It's a simple premise, and it's always a lot of fun watching it. And it's cheesy, easy humour, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong. It's not groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination, you know. But it is always fun when we come back to that one. So, My Hero is a potential show that, if you would like it to, could be done on a weekly basis soon, because the British Empire is coming to an end in the next couple of weeks. So I have done a poll on my Google Drive, which, if you would like to place your vote for that, if you've not already done so, then you can choose a show that you would like to see replace the British Empire when it comes to an end, and My Hero could be one of those. So have a look at that. I'll put it in the video description, and yeah, just have a look and see if it's something that you would like to see on the channel on a weekly basis, and a little bit more regular. But that's going to do it for today's reaction. I please ask that you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please drop your comments down below. But for now, my name is Kevin. I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek.